I'm C.M. Coleman, and welcome to C.M. Coleman Home. Today we are making lemon squash bread. I hope you make yourself at home. Welcome to my lemon squash bread day. It's a really easy recipe. I've got my oven preheated at 350 degrees. In my bowl I have 3 cups of flour. This is just plain all-purpose flour. 1 teaspoon of baking soda and baking powder. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to mix those together. Make sure that they're mixed together nice. And then we just sit this aside. Now we've got, we'll check the recipe. We have got 2 1/4 cups of sugar and 1 cup of melted butter. I put that in my handy dandy mixer. And we mix that until it gets light and fluffy. To that, I'm going to add 1/8 of a teaspoon of sea salt, 2 teaspoons of lemon zest, and I'll be honest, for these recipes to be great, for me to use lemon zest, it really has to be great because I hate zesting lemons. After this lemon zest, I am going to add 3 eggs. I'm going to add them one at a time, but since I've already cracked them, because I do believe that you really should crack your eggs into a separate bowl and then add them, because that way if you get shells into it, or if you get there's something in the yolk, you're not ruining an entire batch. So I'm going to add the eggs one at a time, or just nice and slow. Next I'm going to add my lemon juice. And that is 6 tablespoons of lemon juice, or 1/4 cup with 2 tablespoons. Now, very slowly and very carefully, I'm going to add my flour mixture. I want to add this fairly quickly, not too quick, because I don't want this to mix up a whole lot. We want it just combined. Once it is just combined, I'm now going to add my yellow squash. Lock that back down. We'll feed this in nice and slow, trying not to make too much of a mess. That is 2 1/2 cups of yellow squash. And we add that till it is also just combined. I'm going to be using 2 prepared loaf pans. I'll just scrape my mixing paddle. Make sure to get all that goodness off of there. And then evenly distribute the batter between the loaf pans. The reason that you don't want to overbeat is because if you do, if you overmix it, it's going to become tough, and we don't want a tough cake. We'll scrape everything out. I'll take both of these loaves and place them into our preheated 350-degree oven, and then we will bake it for approximately, I want to double check on this time, approximately 1 hour. But we do bake this until a tester put into the oven or put into the loaf comes out clean. I'll show you that once it starts to happen. So we've got about an hour. Here we go. After an hour and everything's been checked, we remove the loaves from the oven. I'm going to do mine in two different ways, just to see which one I think looks more attractive. I put them on racks with parchment paper underneath them. Now I'm going to real quick grab a handy fork. I've got half a cup of powdered sugar. To the half a cup of powdered sugar, I'm adding 1 tablespoon of melted butter and 3 tablespoons of lemon juice. I'm going to mix this up. You want to mix this up till it's a thicker consistency than what you think you need, because the cakes are still warm. Now I'm just going to, and usually I use a fork, just drizzle it over the top. The fork helps me get a nice, even drizzle on the sides. You can then spread what's left over the top. And there you have. And there you have lemon yellow squash bread. If you like this recipe, please subscribe. In the description below, there's a link to the blog which has this and other recipes in it. Each week I'll be presenting 2 recipes. So there's going to be something that you'll like. Now if you have any suggestions or comments, I'd love to hear from you. Please leave your comments in the area below. I hope to see you next week. Make yourself at home.